he's begun where he left off last time. He's just dropped the EJ bomb again.
Yeah.
You know.
It didn't take him long, did it?
He sort of cluster bombs EJ nowadays, doesn't he? All right, who are we talking about? Listen, we haven't got time for the music. Let's crack on. Go on, Vassos. Give him the big intro.
He's the multi-award-winning comedian and actor, channel swimmer, and multi-million best-selling author who's just come up with another belter. His 41st kids' book, Astrochimp, is out now. So we'll see your Michelangelo's David and raise you a David Walliams!
Yeah, baby! Oh my goodness me, you're coming in hot, my friend.
I know. I'm excited to be here.
Right, three things.
Yes.
The book, the Pet Shop Boys, and swimming for this guy over here.
And then I'll be off.
Then you'll be off. All right, I know you're a busy boy. So what happens to all the animals who are shot up into space? We think against their will, we don't know because they can't communicate to us. Well, many of them have ended up in David's new book. It's a genius idea.
Oh, well, I wanted to do it for a long time because, you know, as a kid, you learn about all the animals that were sent into space. Yes. The first one, do you know what the very first animal sent into space?
It's in here, fruit flies.
Fruit flies.
1947.
He's read it.
1947.
He's read it, you're right. And then, of course, we know about the dog Laika. There's also Ham, the chimp, who was American. And so I sort of thought, what if all these animals were still up there? I've fictionalized them because obviously all the animals didn't necessarily have, like, happy endings. They didn't all get to go back to Earth. So they're all still up there. Yep. It's kind of like Star Wars, but with animals from Earth. Now, the French sent a cat into space. It's very French, isn't it? Yeah. We sent a cat into space called Veronique. Yeah. And so my cat is called Bardo, and she's like a kind of Princess Leia figure. Yeah.
And she's cloned.
She's cloned as well at some point in the story as well.
I don't know how much to give away because I have read. I love the book.
Well, I mean, give away as much as possible. I mean, as long as people, I don't think people go, well, now I know the story, I won't buy it for my child.
I just don't want to ruin it for people because, by the way, there's some very original, funny thoughts in there.
Oh, you're very kind.
Honestly, David, kind. You never disappoint.
Whoever wrote it did a brilliant job.
No, but seriously, seriously funny book. So there are three heroes in the book, but the main hero, can we say he's the main protagonist?
Yes, I think you can because, well, it's Chump the chimp.
Yes.
And so he is sort of a little bit based on Ham the chimp, and he's the sort of innocent who's blasted off into space. He's not very clever. That's how he got selected to go into space because all the other chimpanzees hid, and he finds himself. First person he meets is a Russian space dog pirate.
Yes.
Called Dmitri, who's kind of like in my head like the Han Solo of it.
Yes. And like primarily they don't get on very much.
Well, I guess it's there are odds, and then there's a terrible threat basically from giant fruit flies.
Yeah, and Chump the chimp, not only does he suddenly have this sort of intergalactic adversary in his Russian counterpart, but also he's just been frozen for 50 years.
He has, and because sort of, it's not really air in space, is it? When you were saying the vacuum of space has come into his spaceship and he's frozen solid.
It's subatomic. It's dark matter, isn't it?
Yeah, dark matter.
It's unobservable. That's what it is.
My mum just texted me. Do you want to know what it is? Because I told her I was on the show.
Yes.
That's what she say. Thanks. Oh no, not very long.
Is that
she might have said, I don't like that, Chris Evans.
Yeah.
She might have said that.
Does she have previous not liking me, your mum?
No, not you. No, but she's quite picky about who she likes.
There are other Chris Evanses, aren't there?
I can't have to tell you off air, but a friend of mine's in a play, and I said, do you want to come and see it? No, he's not my favourite actor.
What does she think of him as a person?
I don't think she likes him as a person.
Oh no!
She's quite picky like that. She's quite picky. Oh well, because when Elton John, Sir Elton John to you, he sung at my birthday party, my 50th birthday.
When was that?
Well, it was a couple of years ago, and my mum said, I actually prefer the Pet Shop Boys.
Right now. Let's get on to the Pet Shop Boys.
The Pet Shop Boys.
They're currently on tour. We get WhatsApps every day from people who saw them the night before, going to see them the night afterwards. They're playing this weekend. Have you seen them on this tour?
I've seen them, I think, probably about 15, 20 times.
Not on this tour?
Yeah, on this tour.
Get out of here.
And probably about, I don't know, 60, 70
Didn't you go
times.
to all the Madonna gigs as well?
I went to 2 Madonna gigs,
Right.
which was very exciting.
You love your music, don't you?
Well, I like camp 80s pop. It's not quite the same thing. But yeah,
Power pop.
it's fun. The Madonna show was amazing because it was incredible, spectacular.
I've never seen the Pet Shop Boys live.
You should come. We can go together. I can take you.
Where are you overnighting?
I'm going to the Isle of Wight festival to see them. Would you like to come?
I would love to come.
Because you'd sort of lay on a helicopter or something.
Is that hang on a minute. Suddenly it sounds like I'm inviting you, but you're...
Well, if you pay for the chopper, I'll come. No, you've got to drive. It's quite exciting.
Right.
Very exciting.
So they're playing the Albert Hall as well?
No, they're playing the Royal Opera House.
The Royal Opera House.
Yes, they're doing a week. Let's not stop promoting them. I do think you could play one of their songs. But
Thank you.
they're my favourite band since they've been 40 years since West End Girls.
Wow, that's
so I've
incredible,
been in
isn't it?
love with them since
And
then.
where do they sort of travel best to? Somewhere like the Opera House, a festival, or like an NEC kind of? Where would you recommend?
Like me, they adapt.
Really?
Well, you can see them anywhere. I think Opera House will be very special, but if you don't live in
Same
London...
kind of gig? Will it be the same?
That's slightly different to the festival show, which I saw the rehearsal at Coco in Camden a couple of weeks ago.
Please go on Celebrity Mastermind with Pet Shop Boys.
Do you have... Who are you most obsessed about as a singer? Or is it just yourself?
Mostly myself. Mostly myself. In fact, no.
I was listening to the show
complete
before
myself.
I go. Oh, he goes on, doesn't he? He goes on about himself, doesn't he? Oof.
Well, it is called the Chris Evans Breakfast Show, isn't it? My name.
Well,
it's,
it is
it's
for
my name
now.
over the door.
It is for now called that.
No. Even when
You're not on it.
Even when Grimmy hosts it, it's still called the Chris Evans Breakfast Show. I don't know how he feels about that.
Can I host it one time when you're not here?
I think you should.
Because sometimes they get someone in to host it and then they're so good
Yeah, Grimmy.
that they don't get the original person back again.
No, we're never having Grimmy again. He was on last week. He was far too good.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Or was it half term?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to put it out of my mind.
Oh.
As far away as... No, it was half term, yes.
Did you do anything nice?
Yes, I did. I went to Portugal.
Oh, lovely.
With my million children. And my beautiful wife.
How many children have you got?
Many children.
Because some are quite elderly now, aren't they?
Yes. Well, some are so elderly, they have their own.
Yeah, that's amazing. How long have you been a granddad?
9 years.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you very much indeed.
Yeah, good for you. I'm just a dad. I have an 11-year-old son.
I know. You
Alfred.
preempted my question.
What's that?
You preempted my question.
Yes, I have an 11. Yeah, believe it or not, I do have a child.
You have a child now.
I did it with a lady at least once. And that's what happens, Chris. That's what happens.
You're in quite a liberated mood this morning.
I am. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.
Every time you come here, it's your safe space.
I know. You've got to get it out of your system, haven't you? But my son, getting back to my book,
Yes.
my son very much enjoyed my book.
I was going to say, 'cause he is
loved
now.
this one,
He
and
is
because this one is like a graphic novel. It's like a comic book. Now I want to write books that there is no barrier for any child to read. I want them to be fun. I want to get kids into reading.
Yes.
And I visit schools up and down the country, and I ask kids, "Oh, who likes books?" And I ask them, "Who hates books? Who thinks books are boring?" And there's lots of kids who do. So I really want my books to be as entertaining as possible. And this one, the illustrations by Adam Stower are just spectacular. So page after page, you are basically flicking through an animated movie. He's done such an amazing job.
Yeah, well, it's episodic, isn't it? You call them episodes.
Yeah,
instead of
because I wanted
chapters.
to feel like, I grew up, my dad really liked the Flash Gordon series from the 30s, which he's seen at Saturday morning pictures. Did you ever watch this? And it was like repeated on BBC Two.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
On like a kind of, maybe in like a half term over a week.
Yeah, it was that and the Whirlybirds. And the Whirlybirds probably before your time.
Yeah, that
even though you're
is,
catching up.
yeah,
Whirlybirds.
yeah.
You had Whirlybirds. You had Champion the Wonder Horse.
Well, and they also Laurel and Hardy and things like that. And that got me into loving, silent comedy.
Yeah, because there were lots of them. They were cheap, and there were schedules to be filled in the summer holidays.
To your
And
kids, have you ever tried to get them into something like Laurel and Hardy?
not
Or
really,
Buster
no.
Keaton or
No,
something
because they're
like that?
busy. Do you know what? We talked about this the other day, weren't we? We find that really young children now love makeover shows, like domestic makeover shows.
Well, you're surprising me now. I didn't know that.
No, so Mary's into...
Interior design master. She can't get enough
She can't
of
get
it.
enough of it. She's 9.
And she says things
She can't
like,
get enough.
"Oh, I really like what they've done with this space."
Yeah, and my twins love the Bake Off. They just can't get enough of the Bake Off.
Well, that's nice. How about gladiators? Do they like gladiators?
They love Gladiators,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
revamped version.
Yes, I met a gladiator last night.
Which one?
Sabre.
Sabre.
She was very nice.
Excellent. What did it do?
It was it was a celebrity do, Chris. All the main celebrities in the UK were
How
invited.
is the celebrity world nowadays?
Chris, it's fine. You're not missing anything. It's fine. we're kind of getting on with it without you. No, it was actually I was doing Michael McIntyre's The Wheel, and she was also, you know, this show. I mean, it's a very good show where you sort of spin round and round and
I've
answer
heard of it.
questions.
Yeah.
You've heard of it?
Yes.
Maybe try and watch it.
Yeah.
It's very good. Anyway, and she was on it too, and I was quite excited to meet her. She's very sporty, Chris. Very full of beans.
They're doing the celebrity version.
Oh, really?
Yes, they are.
Who's going to do it? Which celebrities?
I don't know, but you're looking pretty fine.
I'd
and
quite like
fantastic.
to have a go at it.
Because it's all the fun. 'Cause it's not like Who Dares Wins or, you know, these sort of terribly tough ones, or even the not so tough ones. It just seems a bit more, you know, you can sort of get away with it, can't you?
It's fun. And also, it wouldn't be humiliating to lose against a gladiator.
I couldn't do the hang tough thing because that's proper upper body strength.
Oh, no,
but the whole Biff
I can
Boff
do that.
thing.
I can do that quite easily.
Right, well, let's get on to your physical prowess and your physical feats of past, present, and who knows future. Because this man here is swimming the channel in which month?
September.
And he's writing a book about it.
Yes,
and
of
I said,
course.
hang on a minute, David.
I did mine for charity. Some people for profit.
Yeah,
They get a book out of it.
You swam the channel.
Bit of a shame.
I know. I agree. I concur. I couldn't concur
Wants to make money.
anymore.
Multi-million pound book deal.
Yeah, and you've done it.
I did it. I didn't write a book about it.
And
I
other
just
people
did it.
have-
I just got on. I humbly got on with it. I didn't mention to anyone I was doing it. And
Because we've had a chat about it outside.
I'd like to
Don't
have
worry,
a-
Dev, you can be in my book.
I was interviewed for the book. That means he's going to put my name on the cover of the book.
Of course he is.
Swimming the channel. They were by Vassos. So I'm very excited for him. And we were talking about the cold. Can I be honest with you, Vassos? You need to put on some weight.
Yeah, a lot of people, that's what
because you need a layer of fat. Because if you're super skinny, like this one here, you will feel the cold. And before I trained for like 9 months. I was looking not bad for me, and I was quite pleased. I'd done so much exercise, and then the trainer Greg White said you need to put on about 2 stone, and
it's grey fat, isn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's
it
grey
was just fat.
No, because there's white fat, there's brown fat. Is it brown fat or grey fat? It's not white fat, because we have brown fat, grey fat, and white fat as human beings, and there's a certain type of fat you have to put on for it. And you would be quite averse to that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I keep hearing it. I keep hearing you've got to stop running because it burns too many calories and put on loads of weight because you need it for the insulation. You also, it helps with buoyancy, and
yes.
I'm going to just try and firm it.
You're trying to what?
To firm it.
What does that mean?
Just to deal with it without the 2 stone.
No, he's got to put on some weight.
No, but
I'm sorry. Look, just for like a couple of weeks before.
Yes.
It's great. Eat a load of cheese,
won't
eat a
do
load
it.
of chocolate,
He
eat a load
won't
of
do
cakes, eat a load of pasta.
I guarantee you won't do it.
I'll see how we get on. The thing is, I've got my qualifying swim soon, and if I can do the qualifying swim, which is 6 hours in under 16 degrees, then I think I'll be.
What are you telling him for? He knows it. You're telling him like he's just wandered off the street.
He used to go for 8-hour swims in Dover Harbour.
I remember when you were, I think you were in Scandinavia somewhere doing something, and you had to go for a swim to keep up your training. Do you remember that?
Yeah, well, it was everywhere. Yeah, it was like Croatia or something. But basically everywhere you went, you have to swim, and you can't really swim in a swimming pool. You need to actually get in the sea. But a lady came up to me at a book signing, my new book, Astrochimp, out now, and she came up to a book signing. She went, "We've got something in common." And went, "Oh, what's that?" She goes, "We both swum the channel." I went, "Oh, wow, congratulations. How did you find it? Was it cold?" "Well, I didn't do mine in the sea. I did mine in a swimming pool." And I went, "Oh, well, so you swam the length of a channel in a swimming pool in a day. How long did it take you?" She went, "Well, I did mine over a series of weeks." I just thought, well, we've both been swimming. I think that's what we have in common.
Yeah, I think technically most kids, in that case, swim the channel every summer.
Yeah.
One way or another.
Yeah. So,
But good for her.
have your kids had a chance to look at Astrochimp? Did they
No,
like
they
it?
haven't.
They haven't.
No, they haven't.
Have they listened to the new Pet Shop Boys album?
No, they haven't done any of these things because Uncle David, you've not been round for a while.
No, I've not been invited.
You used to come a lot to our house, didn't you?
No, I've been once.
No, one way
but
or
that's
another.
that's a lot for you.
Stopped off.
When?
I think you've been
I'd like to come. Can I bring my son and can we look at your cars, please?
Yes, you absolutely.
Because my son is really into cars, and he keeps on saying that we need to hire a Ferrari over the summer. Because we're staying with some friends, and he said, "Oh, Daddy, we can get there in a Ferrari." And I was like, "It's really expensive to hire a Ferrari." But you've probably got one, haven't you?
No.
No? What have you got?
I've got 2 old Porsches, and
Boring.
why are they boring?
Just boring compared to a Ferrari.
Okay, and I've got an old Aston Martin coming,
How old?
1966.
And what is it?
No, actually, 1971. Sorry.
What is it? Advantage or something?
Advantage.
What is it?
Advantage.
What is it?
It is Advantage, yeah.
Advantage, yeah. What, like the On Her Majesty's Secret Service one?
No.
No? What is it then?
It's a DB6 Mark
Oh,
II Advantage.
DB6. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Didn't
right.
you used to have one of those?
Yes, I did, but it broke down a lot. But
Well, they do.
it did impress the girls.
Yeah. Yeah. They're not
Probably why
unlike,
I'm a father.
they're not unlike most showbiz types. They break down a lot. Oh my gosh. Tegan in Braintree says, I bought Astrochimp for my 7-year-old yesterday. It was terrible. Really disappointed.
No, she didn't say that. I bought Astra in my 7-year-old yesterday. He'd read 2/3 of it before bedtime. I woke up this morning, grabbed the book, and kept reading until he needed to go to school.
He's been screaming for therapy.
He has
ever
about
since.
10 pages left. 5 stars from Emmett for sure. Thank you, David, from Tegan in Braintree. And don't let me read that one because you're obviously going to lie. Mr. Walliams sounding good. Saw David upstairs at the Pet Shop Boys in Cocoa. He was looking very handsome. Matthew. And don't read that one. Let me read. Good morning, Chris. I got Astrochimp for my daughter Lucy a few days ago. She's absolutely loving it. Great to hear him on the radio. P.S. I don't like Chris Evans very much. There you go. That was it. That's it. That's covered it. Okay?
Good. Well, I'm really glad. I'm glad that you've not come out fighting this morning.
It's important, isn't it, to take the medication, Chris?
Yeah.
It's very important.
It's very important.
You know?
Homeostasis is where it's at as far as I'm concerned.
So can I come over with my son?
can.
We can meet your kids.
What do you do in
and-
2 weeks tomorrow?
Probably see. I am actually seeing the Pet Shop Boys of the Isle of Wight.
What? Is that the same day?
I think so. I'm not
think you're
sure.
right, I think
but
it
I'll
is.
come. I'll find a time. I'll find a time to
Oh,
come.
you're more than welcome. That'd be
Thank
great.
you very much.
Be
We'd
great.
like that
Can't
very
believe
much.
he's 11.
Yeah, I
What's the time
know.
go,
I
man?
know. It's amazing. Yeah, because I think about it, and I think back to the day he was born, and I always say to him, the day you were born was the happiest day of my life, and every day after that, it's got happier and happier.
It's a great thing.
That's
So, do
true.
you mean it?
It's not true, but no. But I mean, you have the odd bad day, don't you?
Yes.
But basically, it's that because you get closer and closer. And he did the sweetest thing. We were going to Disneyland in Florida. Have you been to Disneyland in Florida?
No, I've been to the other one on the West Coast.
Oh yeah. Well, anyway.
The
we went-
original one.
Okay, but we went to Disney.
Yours is
It's not important to the story, Chris. I went to
asked.
Disneyland in Florida.
You digress, not me. Go
Well,
on.
I was just trying to include you for a
right,
second.
thanks very much.
So we were going to Disneyland in Florida. There's like 5 parks. You got to travel between them. It's all very involved. So I said, before we go, let's have a look at the map and decide where we want to go. And I said, I think you're going to have fun. And he went, of course I'm going to have fun, Daddy. I'm going to be with you.
Oh!
It was like heartbreaking.
Did he mean it?
Yeah, he did.
Well, what if he didn't? What if it runs in the family?
Well, no.
What if insincerity runs in the family?
And it got like heartbreaking because that sometimes they say things like that and it's like they're not meaning to sort of make you weep, but they do because they're so sweet and innocent.
We have story time every night at 7:00 with the twins, and I genuinely will be reading your book to them tonight at 7:00. 2 nights ago, right? Tash was reading this book to them, and it was mostly a picture book. And I arrived late because I was reading another book by an author that came on the show in the week. So I was playing catch up. So I arrived, and it was a book about a granny and a granny and a granddaughter, not her granddaughter. It seemed like it was her granddaughter, but it was a granny and a granddaughter. And then they turn to the last page, and you realise the little girl is the granny. Just when she was a little girl, and the granny doesn't realise till the last page either, and that made me sob.
Well, I didn't write it. I don't really see the relevance. I don't really see the relevance. I wrote this book, Gangster Granny. It was very popular, and you're telling me some other story of Granny. It's a very pretentious idea. I'll be honest with you, Chris.
Oh no, I was just
No,
reflecting.
it sounds good. What's the title of the book?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Really
But-
made an impression on you, didn't it?
Yeah, well, I didn't see it. I only saw the last bit. But I'm just reflecting on you and your son and him being.
I know,
I heard
isn't
a
it
lovely
one of
thing yesterday about the fact when children are smaller, they have a million problems on a daily basis that they bring to you as a parent. But there are easy solutions to these problems. But as they get older, they have much fewer problems, but they're much more challenging. Would you testify to that?
Absolutely. As a father of an 18-year-old boy, a 20-year-old girl, and a 9-year-old girl, the 9-year-olds are much easier to solve. Yeah.
All different mothers. Got another one on the way.
Another 3 on the way.
He had 2 pregnant at once.
Oh my God. Love it.
That's why he's getting in the channel. Get away from them
Yeah,
all.
baby.
Swimming away.
Exactly.
He ain't coming back.
France
He's
here.
going
I
to
come.
France and he'll come back from there.
Well, you spent the last 20 years running, didn't you? 100 miles every
Yeah.
day, and people said, what are you running away from?
Now I'm swimming away.
Swimming away. Yeah.
Swimming away from his problems, from his
Have
many
you got
children.
any advice apart from the fattening up? Genuinely fattening up. for
I
swimming
just
the
say
channel?
because it's the cold. I think is the biggest
cold.
challenge.
And what about the navigation? Is
The
traffic,
navigation
the traffic.
is done for you because you follow a boat.
Right.
There's a boat that goes about sort of
What were
2
you
miles
most
an hour.
surprised by? So the cold was the thing, even though you were ready for it.
I was just surprised at the outpouring of love for me from the British public. No, it was very exciting. It was a very exciting thing to be part of, and I was surprised. It was actually enjoyable because it was a nice sunny day and the sun was on my back, which kind of warms you up. And because even if the sea is cold, if you get a sunny day, it's really great. And it was actually really exciting. I was saying the real high was when I please don't hold up signs like that to me. David has to leave. Well, I will leave, Chris, when I'm ready.
That doesn't come from his people. That's just
the real
my opinion.
high. The real high was reaching. Please, you're distracted. I'm saying something actually very profound here. My new book, Astrochimp, is out now. No, when I got to the when I realised when I saw the bottom of the sea as I was approaching France, that was absolutely euphoric because I hadn't seen the bottom of the sea for a long time because there's not much to look at. So even if you saw something like a crisp packet, it was quite exciting.
Right. Okay,
Yeah.
good. Love it.
God, he's really listening, isn't he?
No, I am listening.
Look, I've got to go. I'd love to help this show further, but I can't.
I know you can't.
I've got things to
Other
do.
people have tried, but it just doesn't work.
Chris, I've done all I can for you. Chris, you're on your own now, okay? Good luck. When I see all the other celebrities tonight, I'll pass on your love. And if they remember you, then...
From the 90s, please. I'll take anything. Just quickly, what's going on with Little Britain? What's going on with Matt? You've been writing.
We're writing a new show, not Little Britain.
okay,
a different show, all new characters.
Is it going to happen? Has it been?
Yes,
deal done?
Well, the deal isn't done, but we're still
Platform
writing
is
it.
Netflix or something?
I think OnlyFans. We're doing it on OnlyFans.
Perfect.
We have
Why
a
not?
big following on
Why
OnlyFans.
not?
Your OnlyFans has been quiet.
Any fecund pastures will do.
Yes. Would you like to be in it?
Yes, please. Thank you very much indeed. That'd be great.
Okay, we'd
They're
like that.
very
So done
reasonable
deal.
rates nowadays.
Look, listen.
I'll pay you.
I know we've had a laugh, but you know what?
Not just not
this is the
today.
show. Yeah, in the previous times, this is such a wonderful show to come on. Vassos, I wish you all the best with your
David.
swim. Chris, I wish you all the best with whatever it is you
What's
do.
left of my career.
And now, let's hear Pet Shop Boys with their brand new single, A New Bohemia.
All right. Okay, A Girl Like You, Edwyn Collins.
What?